So, Eric, what I've tried to do now with each character is to give you those 2 bits of points of view. And you'll see a bit later that having the 2 points of view also gives you the A, also gives you the A star. So this bit gives you B, A and A star. Well, we could look at him as an alcoholic, a racist and a thief. Just look at the language he uses. This is how he describes the night he slept with Eva. Well, I was in that state where a chap easily turns nasty. Look at how he doesn't talk about what he actually does. I threatened to cause a row. Well, what did that look like? Did he say, let me in or I'll smack you? Did he actually grab hold of her? Or was it more jokey? We don't know. There is a possibility that he's been quite violent here. Look at how he describes himself. A chap. Yeah, not someone violent, not someone blind drunk. And so in his language, he doesn't admit to himself what a horrible person he is when he's drunk. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is this. He's unloved, he's undervalued, he's repentant, he regrets what he's done. This is what he says at the end. He shouts at his parents. And I say the girl's dead, and we all helped to kill her. And that's what matters. So old Eric, new Eric. Yeah? It doesn't matter which way you decide is the right interpretation, but you consider both, you get at least a B. That's all you have to do, 2 interpretations. It works with every character. So here's Sheila. Here she is at the beginning. Vain, jealous, vengeful, obsessed by status and wealth. This is what she says to Gerald. I knew anyhow you were lying about those months last year when you hardly came near me. So before she got engaged, Gerald was off having an affair with Eva. And how did Sheila react? She put up with it. Well, why did she do that? Well, because Gerald is the son of a lord. You can't get any higher than that till you're a prince. So she's in it for the status, isn't she? She's in it for the money. She's in it for what people will think about her. Now, at the end of the play, she changes. She says, I remember what he said, how he looked and how he made me feel. Fire and blood and anguish. So she's completely changed, she says. And so I could argue that she's repentant, eager to learn, brave and so on. She's going to change the future. I've got 2 different points of view. But remember, I've already told you, she didn't say to Eric at the end, don't give me the ring back, it's over forever. She said not yet. And that allows you to think, well, will she go back to that? Or will she stay with that? You decide which way you want to go, and that's what will get you at least the B grade, probably the A. It works with Gerald. So he's a capitalist. Someone who owns factories, or he will own his father's factory, and he's just in it for the money. He's manipulative. He's selfish. He's a hypocrite. He says one thing but he does another. How do we know? Well, look at his language. It's a bit like Eric. It happened that a friend of mine had let me have the key to a nice set of rooms. Well, why are those rooms nice? Well, I'll tell you why they're nice. I can take a woman there and no one will know. And I can have sex with her. And look at this. I don't even have to pay for the sex. I find Eva, who's desperate for help, and I just take her in. I look after her, I show her a little bit of kindness, and before you know it, she's my mistress. I don't have to pay for the flat. I don't have to pay for the sex. Nobody knows. What kind of man is this? You know, complete abuse of another human being. So, that's there. Yeah? And why has the friend given him those rooms? Not to look after. He said, look, I could use them. So that's what he's saying. Go and have sex while I'm away. No one will know. The other way of looking at Gerald, though, is this. He's young and he's loving. The inspector says, at least you cared about Eva. You could argue he loved her. Well, no. He says he didn't love her, but he actually treats her as though he loved her. He's generous. He gives her money at the end. Enough for her to go off and live on for a few months. And look, she didn't blame me at all. And the inspector agrees with that. So you could argue, underneath it all, yes, he's a hypocrite, yes, he's cheated, but actually, he's actually quite a nice human being with some failings. He's not necessarily manipulative. Your job is to decide which way you want to go, and that forces you at least to get a B.